Welcome back. Well, with the election season heating up, Flagstaff has played host to a couple of Arizona politicians over the past week. Dr. Kelli Ward was a member of the Arizona State Senate, but resigned from her position last year to focus on running for United States Senate in 2016.
I sat down with the candidate earlier today to discuss her hopes to transition from state to national government. I'm here with Dr. Kelli Ward, a candidate running for the U.S. Senate. So you were a former Republican member of the Arizona State Senate, and now you resigned your position to run for the U.S. State Senate. So what inspired you to resign and then go run for this?
Well, you know, I was elected to serve the people in Mohave County and La Paz County, and as I was taking on this bigger challenge to run for the United States Senate, I didn't want to shortchange the people who had elected me to do a job for them in Phoenix. And so I wanted the people of my district, the 220,000 plus people, to have a full component of representation in Phoenix. I've seen too many politicians who hold on to that title, who hold on to the office, who hold on to the nice parking space, and don't serve the people who they're elected to serve. And so, you know, I've seen it with Senator McCain. He ran for president twice, and Arizona didn't quite have the representation that we should have had during that time.
Right. So what made you want to challenge incumbent John McCain?
Yeah. You know, there were lots of reasons. I mean, it wasn't something that I took lightly, that's for sure. I took quite a bit of time to explore, to make sure that there was a political pathway and a financial pathway to be able to be victorious. But, you know, I think that the over 30 years in Washington have changed Senator McCain. And if it weren't the case, I wouldn't be challenging him, because I have all the respect in the world for him, his service to our country, what he went through as a POW. But he's just simply not the conservative he claims to be. You know, he's a big government guy, voting for tax hikes, voting for bailouts, voting for new spending, you know, amnesty, liberal judges, the list goes on and on and on. And so I think that sometimes when people are in Washington for that long, decade after decade after decade, they lose touch with who they work for. And I think it's time for new blood in Washington.
Great. And so you were the education chair for the Arizona State Senate.
Yes.
And you have kids in school yourself.
Yes.
So what was that like, being the education chair and seeing funding being cut for education?
Yeah, I mean, it was great to be the chair of the education committee. You know, my expertise is really healthcare and health policy, but education and health policy go hand in hand, and the things that are happening in the education world and the health world really are mirroring each other as well. You know, I think that we have way too much federal intervention in our education system. I'd like to see the federal government drop away and allow that to come back to the states and to the local areas, so that our parents and our teachers, the people who are real education experts, and the community members, can band together so that we get student success. And, you know, while I know that we do need funding for our education system, you know, it's not always about the money. It's about how you use that money. And I think Arizona's been great at utilizing the money that they have to assure that our students are successful.
Well, thank you so much for joining us in the studio today.
Thank you.